Join me today as I take all of these little bottles of pigment ink and make some swatch cards so I know what exactly is inside of all these bottles. Stay tuned and see how what an easy process this really is. All right, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I bought this UV resin a while back on Temu, and I've been using the resin by itself. But when I bought it, I also bought this set of pigment, I guess they're pigment inks, I think is what they are, to color the resin to make different items, different colors. And I have to admit, I've been a little intimidated. If you know me, if you've been watching me, you know I like to swatch out my colors. I like to be able to see what the colors are, because it's kind of misleading. How do you know what they look like through these bottles? So I've been thinking about a way to do swatches for these, and I think I've got it figured out. I'm going to put swatches onto index cards. I'm going to divide them up. So my first step off camera, I'm going to get all these bottles, these colors sorted into color groupings. I'll do that off camera. And when I get those sorted, I'll talk to you a little bit more about what I'm going to do. All right, I've sorted these out by colors. I have my reds, my oranges, and yellows. Those will be on the first card. I have the blues, greens, and purples. Those will be card number 2. And I have what I would call the neutrals, the white, the black, the gray, and 2 browns. Those will be on the third card. I can only get 10 colors per card, and I've got 24 colors. I want to put everything on one side of each card, and I want to use the lined side. So they're divided up. I've actually gone through and opened the bottles. I did that yesterday afternoon because I knew I was going to do this. And I'll talk you through how I did it. The reason I did it off camera is I found that I couldn't open them with gloves on. With my gloves on, I actually tore a pair of gloves trying to get these off, because these had a little ring attached to the lid that kept the lid so you knew it was sealed. So I unscrewed each one, and then I very carefully used a sewing pin. You could probably use a push pin also, and I pushed down in to open the top. So all of these are ready to go. I've got my UV light off to the side so I can cure these. And what I'm going to do, because I tried a couple of things yesterday afternoon to kind of figure out how was going to be the best way to do these. What I came up with, and I'll show you the first one, and then I'm going to go off camera and do the rest, because this is just going to be repetitive, and I'll have to have the light on. It's going to take me a while. I'm going to put out first a drop. I'll get this ready first. I'm going to put a drop of UV resin on here that's a little bit bigger. We're going to need that. And I'm going to cover that with something that will block light, which I should have gotten out before I started. All right, that's covered. So the light, the ambient light in the room, the UV light when I'm curing things will not cure that. To work, I'm going to have to shove this off to the side. Then as I do each color, let me get my colors I'm going to use. I'm also going to have to organize this off camera so that I can do work without making a mess. I'm going to put a drop of the color on here. This one happens to be rose red. Let me get my paper out. I've got a whole bunch of toothpicks. I'm going to put a drop of resin there. And what I found worked the best for me, take a toothpick, dip it in here. This is why that's over there. Then mix it into here. What that does is it kind of pre-mixes a little bit. And then pick up a little more. I found that if I put in a whole drop of color onto this drop of resin, that did not work. Just dropping the resin onto the card did not work because that was too much and it would actually bleed really badly. So I'm going to turn the light on. I'm going to cure this. When this is cured, I'll come back and I'll show you what this dot looks like and how I label it. All right, that is now cured. So I'm going to go through, double check my color. This is rose red. And then this one goes off to the side. I'll simply repeat that process for all of them. When I get all 3 cards finished and all these colors sampled out, I'll come back and I'll show you how it looks. There will, by the way, be step-by-step photos on the blog post, so be sure and check over there if you have any questions about how this looks at each stage. So I'll see you when I get this project done. All right, they're all done and they are ready to put in my box with my inks so that next time I go to use the UV resin, I'm going to feel a little more comfortable about what colors those bottles actually have in them. Now I've looked at every color. Are these samples exactly perfect renditions of what the colors are going to look like? I'm not 100% sure. They may or may not. It may vary a little bit depending on how much I use. You know, different things, different factors could contribute. But I have an idea of what the colors are. And if you've caught on that it says light blue and light blue, yeah, I have 2 different colors of light blue. They are definitely different colors, and they're both called light blue. I didn't say that these inks made sense. So now also I've got an idea if I want to make something, maybe I'll need to combine colors to make something. I've got an idea of whether they're warm colors, cool colors. Just, I have more information. This is a lot more, gives me a lot more information than this, because this is this. But, you know, can I tell? This could be this or that. I now know what this color is. It has nothing to do with what's on the label. So I like swatch cards. I love to have swatch cards for different products that I use so that I know what colors they actually are. So be sure and check the blog post. I'll have some photos over there. I took step-by-step photos as I did some. Oh, one thing, I did forget to shake the bottle on the first one. I shook the rest of them. I think I got all of them shaken, but I did forget to shake the bottle. Do shake your bottles before you use these inks. But anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure and hit the like button, leave me a comment. What kinds of things would you like to see me tackle in the craft room? Whether it's a project, whether it's a miniature project or some kind of an almost administrative project, we'll call this. What do you want to see? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy my content and haven't subscribed, be sure and hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you know when I put up my next video. Thank you very much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.